At long last, Brilliant Stars is finally here. This latest Pokemon TCG set has a lot to cover, so in today's video we're going to cover all 4 new Pokemon Vstar, the top Pokemon V and Vmax, some of the single price Pokemon that have the most potential, the top trainer cards, a new special energy, and of course those chase cards that all the collectors will be looking for. So without further ado, let's get into the Brilliant Stars set overview. Brilliant Stars brings us a new type of Pokemon, Pokemon Vstar. These are very similar to Pokemon Level X and Pokemon GX, which I really do like. So let's take a look at Arceus Vstar. We'll take a greater look at the attacks and ability here in a moment, but I want to talk about what a Vstar is. So you're going to have the V in play, follow the normal evolution rules, evolve your Arceus V into Arceus Vstar, for example. And these guys will have a little bit more HP than a Pokemon V, but not quite as much as a Pokemon Vmax. They usually have like an attack and then their V-Star power. So V-Star power can be an ability or it can be an attack, but they are going to be very powerful abilities and attacks. Starburst here says during your turn you may search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand. That can make you really come back on the game, give you a big advantage. It's very strong. We got some other ones on Charizard that like deal a lot of damage, some big healing powers with Shaymin, lots of cool stuff with these V-Star powers, and you can only activate 1 V-Star power in a game, not per Pokemon, per game. 1 V-Star power every game, kind of like a GX move, but with these V-Star powers, some of them are abilities. And then when your V-Star Pokemon is knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards. So these are pretty good in my opinion because your opponent only going to take 2 prize cards when they knock it out, which is pretty nice. I really do like some of these V-Star powers, and some of the attacks on these Pokemon are very strong. So let's take a look at Arceus Vstar. Trinity Nova, 3 colorless energy, hits for a solid 200 damage, lets you search your deck for 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. So a lot of decks are playing Pokemon V. Trinity Nova, very similar to Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia GX Ultimate Ray attack, but this one actually dishes out a bit more damage, and you can still search for those energy cards. So it's very strong, allows you to accelerate energy and dish out some damage. And Starburst, as I mentioned, lets you search your deck for 2 cards, so that can really help you find some of those cards you need to execute your strategy and pull off the win. The next Pokemon V-Star is going to be Charizard Vstar. So the first attack is Explosive Vstar, hits for 130 base, but if Charizard has any damage counters on it, it hits for an extra 100. So 230 for 3 energy is not bad at all. And to get those damage counters on there, we can easily use the new Stadium Magma Basin, which is going to allow us to not only accelerate energy, but put damage counters on our fire Pokemon, so that will get the damage counters on Charizard, so we can hit for big damage with Explosive Fire. And then Starblaze for 4 energy, hits for 320 damage, does discard 2 energy from Charizard, but at 320 should be enough to get you to knock out on several Pokemon VMAX, making Charizard very strong and a very reasonable card to pick for your deck in the competition. Shaymin Vstar has Revenge Blast, 120 base, but adds 40 for every prize card your opponent has taken. And Star Bloom says during your turn you may heal 120 damage from each of your bench grass Pokemon. So if you're building up damage on the bench, Star Bloom can wipe away that damage and heal it away. So Shaymin, not too shabby. And then the final one is Whimsicott. Whimsicott is very interesting. We have Trick Wind for 1 psychic, 2 colorless, 160 damage. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play any Pokemon tool or special energy cards from their hand. So very interesting. A lot of decks are relying on special energy right now, and in some capacity Pokemon tool cards. So shutting that down with Trick Wind is definitely a viable option in the standard format. We also have Fluffball Star, which does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy attached to Whimsicott. So you could definitely snipe some stuff on the bench with Fluffball Star, but I think players will mostly be using Whimsicott Vstar for that Trick Wind attack. So those are the Pokemon Vstar. Now let's take a look at some of the top Pokemon V and Vmax. A very unique Pokemon V in this set is Honchkrow V because of its ability Boss Pockets. This Pokemon may have up to 4 Pokemon tools attached to it. So the possibilities of Honchkrow are really endless. We could stack choice bands on here to add damage, stack Cape of Toughness to add HP, lots of options with Honchkrow V. I think this guy is super cool. I think it's a very interesting card, and I'm definitely looking forward to potentially building some decks of him and trying out all the combinations we have with those Pokemon tool cards. He also has a beautiful alternate art. The next one is definitely going to be Luminion V, the ability Luminous Sign. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your hands and shuffle your deck. So kind of similar to Tapu Lele GX if you remember that card. This one's going to allow you to search out those supporters, which are crucial to your gameplay. Again, a beautiful alternate art. We do have Mimikyu Vmax, which is awesome. Ominous Numbers lets you place 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like, but if you play Ace of Rola's Premonition from your hand, you get to place 13 damage counters instead. So definitely lots of damage counters you can spread on the board of Mimikyu Vmax, allowing you to snipe those Pokemon and set them up for later knockouts. Next, we do have Raichu V, which I think is a pretty cool card if you're looking to play a lightning deck. Especially with Flaffy, we could use this to accelerate energy onto Raichu for Dynamic Spark, so we can discard that lightning energy and hit for lots of damage and then charge him back up with Flaffy next turn. The last Pokemon V I want to highlight is Zamazenta V because of its ability Regal Stance. It allows you to discard your hand and draw 5, which is pretty awesome. It does end your turn when you use the ability, but nonetheless, getting to discard your hand and get a fresh 5 is awesome. One of the coolest single prize Pokemon from Brilliant Stars is Liepard because of its ability Trade. You might recognize this ability from Zoroark GX or from Cinccino from Sword Shield Base Set with the Make Do ability. Trade has the same effect, discard a card from your hand and draw 2 once during your turn. But the thing about Liepard is since it's a dark type Pokemon, you can draw it in an Eternatus VMAX deck, which makes it a very powerful combination, lots of draw power, and definitely sets you up well in any dark type deck. Lucario can hit for lots of damage with Aura Sphere Volley if you can get some fighting energy onto him. And fortunately, thanks to Roaring Resolve ability, we can put 2 damage counters on Lucario and search our deck for a fighting energy card, attach it to Lucario, and then shuffle our deck, which will add more damage to Aura Sphere Volley. Lucario is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I think this card is super cool, and I'm definitely considering building a deck around this guy. Well, look who's back. It's Ultra Ball, discarding 2 cards from your hand and letting you search your deck for a Pokemon. This one's definitely going to show up in the standard format once again, one of the best trainer cards from Brilliant Stars. As of any set, this set has some awesome chase cards, one of those being the Golden Arceus Vstar. This is a beauty, looks super cool. Lots of people going to be chasing that one. We also have the alternate art Charizard V. Super cool, you can see him duking it out with Venusaur right there. Super cool looking card. We also have the hybrid rare Charizard Vstar. We got the gold Galarian Birds V cards. Super cool. My personal favorite is the Moltres, but Articuno and Zapdos look great too. Got some of those alternate art Pokemon V. And we have these Trainer Gallery cards. So the Trainer Gallery is a subset inside of Brilliant Stars. Features some of these Pokemon V and regular Pokemon as kind of an alternate art, but they all feature a trainer that corresponds to the Pokemon in the background. So we've got the Mimikyu one right here. There are some super cool Trainer Gallery cards in this set. We have a full art Pikachu V, just kind of randomly inserted into the set, but a pretty cool card. One of my favorites from the Trainer Gallery is Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX from the Trainer Gallery with Mustard right there, but we do have Golden Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX Black and Gold. Beautiful card with that black and gold. There's also a Single Strike Urshifu VMAX Black and Gold. Super cool looking card. And then we do have hyper rares for all of the V-Star Pokemon. If you enjoyed today's set overview of Brilliant Stars, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, trainers.